today.
25th.
A pair of working shoes. He said, she said, I pay it back. And she said, no.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Monday, March 25th, 2019, Human Rights Commission meeting. I'd like to start out with the approval of the minutes. We do not have any minutes from February due to lack of meeting, lack of quorum. Can I have anybody make a motion to approve the minutes for January? Has everybody
move.
looked at them? How about a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. And like to, number 3, approve the agenda for tonight. Has everybody had a chance to look at it? Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I move.
How about a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to number 4, the budget report. Reviewing monthly financial report. And if you click on the link there, it should pull up everything, except this looks like it's... This is from 1/1 to 3/19.
We haven't spent anything yet.
Nope.
Right.
Did we get all of our requests?
Yeah, as far as I know, everything is in.
They upped it?
We
It
were
looks like
waiting on,
87.50. That's
was it
okay.
I don't
the,
remember.
I remember when it was like-
the food and drinks
Yes.
from the Human Rights Award? We were waiting on, I thought. But again, this is at 0 now. So yeah, like you said, it looks like they did, what was it last year, 75?
Yeah,
Okay,
or maybe a little less, 68.50.
all right. So, see, our budget is 100% remaining. So we'll have to look for some ideas. And I know that as we get closer to summer, we'll be looking at parades and the fair and whatnot. So
We have the contest
contests.
to come up.
Yep. Did you guys meet, by the way? We'll talk about it
Yeah,
in the
we'll talk
education
about that
report.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have all the signs and whatnot at my house too, if anybody was wondering where it all is. It's in my garage. Or do you have any questions regarding the budget?
Is there carryover from last year? How does that work?
That's kind of what I was wondering.
It doesn't
too.
look like there is, according
No.
to this, and we may not know that right now, but
Right.
maybe that's a question. It doesn't look like.
Because I was under the impression it was, June to June or something, but obviously it's not, so.
Yeah,
We need
me
to make
too.
sure that we spend. the
Right,
money,
that's
or
kinda why I
else
was a
hard to
little
get
worried
them
that-
to approve more.
Yeah. Because last
I
year,
do like the calendar year a little bit better, though.
yes,
The fiscal, it's, for whatever reason, in my mind, it's just easier to track.
agreed. All right, let's move on to number 5, events committee report. The video poster and essay contest.
Should that be education committee?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, events, education, excuse me, yep. You want to talk
Well,
about that?
Sure. We met and we judged, and then we realized that because we had made some modifications based on, we had some categories where we didn't have any entrants, and then we had some categories where we had a lot of really good entrants. So we thought we could modify the categories, but apparently we can't do that. So we have to reconvene and re-vote and do all that over again.
Do we have a time to plan it out a little bit better than the same day? If we can plan it out, maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe we can talk after the meeting, just find
Okay.
a time that meets for us, or it works for us. And then what we would do is invite the winners to the next meeting that we have.
Sure.
in
And the
April,
newspaper
end
as
April.
well.
Who met on Friday then?
It was Dan, Larry, and I.
Okay. So, yeah, we should definitely talk after the meeting. We'll get something set up so we can do that. You want to do it at Lola's again or the library or whatever, but if that worked out. Any other questions or comments regarding number 5? And we'll move on to number 6, the current human rights issues. 6.1, Becoming American, a documentary film and discussion series on immigration experience. I did attend the first meeting of this. It was very interesting. They had 2 documentaries. Both of them were about New York and the immigration process and kind of where everybody came from, where everyone was going, and they had a lot of stories and great interviews and whatnot. And kind of went around the room, talked about our past history with our families and where we came from. And I think probably by about 10 or 15 years, I was the youngest one there. So it was interesting though, and it actually went on for 6 weeks. I went the first one, and I wasn't able to make the last 4 of them. And the last one is actually coming up on Thursday. So if anyone is interested, it's in the basement of the library at 6 p.m. on Thursday. It'll be the last meeting for that Becoming American. If anyone is interested, I'm going to try and go this week. I just haven't been able to make it to any of the other ones. I went to the first one. That was about it. 6.2, the newspaper article. Dan has handed out something. If you want to go over that, Dan.
Yeah. So I figure out how to get back to the screen I want. Okay, so all right. So I put together this journal article that Heather Bragel had asked a while back if we wanted to put something together for like their Friday. They have every Friday, I think the Journal, or every other Friday or something, has some sort of city operation that they talk about. And she asked if the Human Rights Commission wanted to, and I think I brought it up a couple of months ago, and everybody said yes. So I put this together. It's not in final form, so I wanted everyone to take a look at it and read it and make any suggestions or additions that they want to or that they think should be in it. It might be a little bit long on the wording. I did email Chief Borkert about whether or not to put anything with the vitals and us kind of working with them to bring that to the community. I haven't heard back. I don't think he was in today. So that may be there. I might add 2 or 3 sentences just about that vitals program, provided it's still moving forward. And but other than that, this is kind of what it'll look like. And
Do you
so
have
yes,
do you have another copy, Dan?
yeah, I have all sorts of copies. There you go.
I've got several here
Yeah.
too. Anyone else need one?
Dan, I like it as it is. The only thing I might suggest is in paragraph number 3, where I think you imply there's an education outreach, education arm for the New Ulm Human Rights Commission. Perhaps we could be a little more explicit in that education or providing educational opportunities in human rights is one of our goals. Which in the past
Oh.
we have, just.
Okay.
I think it's there, but I just mean maybe just a little more explicit.
Yep. No, that's good. Thanks, Larry. I will.
Otherwise, I'd like the rest of it. It's great. Thanks.
Thanks.
Agreed.
If you don't mind emailing me a reminder, and
Sure, I can do that.
I'll make that tomorrow, or whatever changes anybody else feels if you can't get through it right now. And then I will. Then basically what I'll do is I'll just email it to Lisa Pelzel. She'll make sure that it's approved, and then they'll send it on to the Journal. I don't know when it'll be there. It'll be one of the random Fridays where they don't already have something scheduled to be in there. So any and all feedback is welcome.
So we'll have an idea of when it's going to be posted, so we can buy a copy of the paper.
Buy 4 copies of the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they let me know, I will. I'll have Lisa email everybody's. But I don't know that they always do. I think it's just kind of one of those things where if they have room, they'll put it in. But if I do find out, I will let you know.
All right. And item 6.3, the vitals training. Months ago, right?
Yeah, I don't have much of an update. Again, I did email Chief Borkert today just about if things were happening. If they are, I'll probably maybe ask him to come back or provide some sort of update to me, and then I can just bring it. Either one of those. But the last thing was the training over at the New Ulm Fire Department. And I can't remember if we've met since then, but I thought it was very helpful. There was a couple of people that were discussing just its utility, and I got to be honest, I don't remember much of it now, but I do remember that most of the feedback from the community, there was a lot of people there, not just from the community, but law enforcement, people from public health, and I think one or two from social services. So it was a good mix of people, and the feedback was very good, and so hopefully that we are closer to bringing that here. But I'll keep everybody updated.
Sounds good, thanks. Move on to number 7, legislative update. I don't have anything for legislative update, but I do have an article that I'd like to speak to regarding a lawsuit that is in process right now. CSL Plasma sued for discriminating against a transgender woman. St. Paul, Minnesota, the Minnesota Department of Human Rights filed suit today against CSL Plasma for violating the Minnesota Human Rights Act by discriminating against a transgender woman. The lawsuit, filed in Minnesota's 4th Judicial District Court in Hennepin County, details how the Plasma Collection Center unlawfully denied Alice James, a transgender woman, from donating her plasma because of her gender identity. Looks like in 2011, James began donating plasma at the CSL Plasma Collection Center in Duluth, Minnesota. Although she's a woman, the center required her to list her assigned sex at birth male on the intake form. She continued to donate plasma. James began marking female on the intake form, consistent with her gender identity. In June 2015, an employee informed James that CSL Plasma did not permit transgender persons to donate plasma and prohibited her from donating. And in February 2016, James filed a charge of discrimination with the Department of Human Rights, and the department investigated the allegations. In November 2017, the department found probable cause that CSL Plasma discriminated against James because of her gender identity. CSL Plasma refused to settle the case through the department's conciliation process. In October of 2018, CSL Plasma again denied her the ability to donate at a collection center in Minneapolis.
Did they give reasons at all? Like justifying in their brain why?
Nope, she was denied by one of the workers there, and I think that's kind of where it started, but there's no reason.
Not that it would matter,
No.
but
If anybody's interested in that article, I think Lisa had it on her Department of Human Rights emails that she sends out to everybody, so
So they formally filed suit then?
yes, they did.
Okay.
Yep. So it is in process as we speak.
I have a couple of things for the legislative update.
Sure.
And I meant to print that off, and so I don't have all of it. So just a couple of things to be watching. Governor Walz did or is dramatically increasing the funding for the Minnesota Department of Human Rights. So that's obviously good news. Again, I don't have the printout in front of me, so I don't know all the details. But a couple of other bills to watch. Paid family leave, which is HF 5 or SF 1060. That has been recently introduced. So that would be to create a state-administered paid family and medical leave insurance program, which would require Minnesota employees to provide employees with up to 12 weeks of paid leave. You can read more about that. I won't get into all the details, but there's also a sexual harassment standard. Basically, what this is they're discussing amending the state's discrimination statute to state that a plaintiff need not prove that sexual harassment be severe or pervasive to be actionable under the state's sexual harassment law. So they're essentially lowering the standard so for victims of sexual harassment, so that's good. So those are a couple of things to keep an eye on, and maybe I'll provide an update as they work its way through the sausage maker, so to speak.
Sounds good. All right, moving on to number 8, City Council Liaison. From what I remember, Deanna was the last person that we had that was reporting on the City Council meetings. I'm pretty sure that her term is up. Is there anyone that would be interested in volunteering for the next 3 months? Again, you don't have to attend the meetings, but watch them on YouTube, or you can attend them, of course. Is anyone interested in taking that on for 3 months? Once or twice a month?
I'll do it.
All
Since
right.
nobody else was all excited to do it.
Thanks, Jackie.
My turn anyway, I'm sure.
Thanks, Jackie.
Yes,
We'll look forward to your update next meeting.
thank you. I look forward to it as well.
Date of our next meeting, number 9, is scheduled for April 22nd, 2019. Does anybody see any issues with that? That's past Easter, right?
That's Easter Monday, yeah.
Easter
Yep.
Monday.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay.
Anybody have any questions or comments they'd like to make before we adjourn?
But just one, I took the liberty on that, the opportunity to draft that memo for the Journal to perhaps inject our student commissioner. So that is in there. I did put in there that we were looking for a current sophomore or junior or in those classes or in that age for those who are homeschooled, and indicated that we would start that essentially September, so at the beginning of the school year, just so
Mhm.
it's easier for them to plan. And so I just wanted to throw that out there if anybody had thoughts that maybe that we should be doing that a different way. I just kind of put it out there like that. So if you think it should be done differently, just let me know, or let me know what your thoughts. So yeah, there it is. So the terms would begin September 2019 is what I put in there. So
Makes
Just-
sense. Summer's
yeah.
hard. And
yeah, that was kind of my
vacations and
thought.
such.
Is there a student government class up at the high school that could be approached this fall, where the teacher, maybe they could talk about it and have someone in place already for fall or the spring, so that it would be in place for fall? Because I think what we run into is school just starts and nothing's going, and then
Right.
I've emailed.
our timing is just always off on this.
I've emailed. So the teacher that I emailed has the information and knows about it and said that she'd share it. So
Just
I
at
can,
public or?
the high school the public high school. I thought one of you guys over there were going to talk to MBL or the Catholic high schools, if I remember that correctly.
And did you
I'm
talk
just
to?
pulling it out.
I was trying to say,
Yeah,
did you?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I did. I emailed, I think, over at Cathedral. Yes, I did email somebody. It had been a while. I mean, I think we were doing this like back in October. So,
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
But
Yeah.
is there a specific class, though? I mean, did you go to a specific teacher or just the school in general?
I
Is
don't
it-
remember if I talked to the legal instructor, Kayla Rush, is
Mhm.
that, and I know she shared some. I'd have to look back at my emails to jog my mind about who else I emailed up there.
All right. Anything else? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I move.
I get a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, meeting's adjourned. Thank you.